Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sabbath. Happy Saturday to you, wherever you are around the world. If I sound a little funny, if my voice sounds a little funny, it's because I'm having sinus issues right now. Um, it's about to be springtime, and so I don't know if I'm having an allergy flare up, but bear with me. Um, I came on to discuss um, relationship issues. So I want to talk about monogamy or being monogamous versus being in an open relationship, right? So there's a difference between a monogamous marriage and an open marriage. Put it that way. So, the rules for a monogamous marriage is different than the rules for an open marriage, right? And in a monogamous marriage, it means that two people are married and they agree that they will not go outside of that relationship, that marriage, to be intimate or sexual or be involved with anyone else. So basically, the monogamous marriage is that they're exclusive to each other. And if one partner of that couple or both of them go outside of that marriage and is intimate or sexual with someone else outside of that relationship, they would consider that cheating or fidelity or what you call infidelity, I should say, in that monogamous marriage. But when it comes to an open marriage, the rules is different. And I know that I'm probably not going to get my live taken off for this because this is public knowledge. But I really didn't start to learn about open marriages and open relationships until I saw a video of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, where they actually came out and was discussing their open marriage, their open relationship. So it's not something that I have to say alleged because it's public knowledge. Everybody knows. They had a show. They were expressing and talking about their open relationship and their experience of having an open relationship. And when I watched that with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, that's when I started to really try to find out more about what an open marriage is or an open relationship and what the rules are. Now, with an open marriage and an open relationship, both partners agree that they are committed to each other by marriage, but it is not cheating if either one of them go outside of the marriage and is intimate or sexual with someone else, right? So that's an open marriage. So if you're in an open marriage and you have an agreement and an understanding that your husband can see other people, you all probably live together, share financial responsibilities, come home to each other every night, so on and so forth. But you have an understanding that you are able to date other people and be intimate with other people outside of your marriage. and your partner is able to date other people and see out other people outside of the marriage, but the two of you do not consider that cheating, and you all are together as a married couple. That's the difference between an open relationship and a monogamous relationship. Now, you can be taking a big risk by having an open relationship or an open marriage. And the reason why I say that is because things can possibly get complicated. Because even Jada Pinkett Smith was discussing how when you get involved with someone outside of your husband, you don't really know the outcome of how it's going to be. Like, for example, you can, if you are in an open marriage, right, and you choose to go outside of that marriage because you and your partner is okay with it, and you get involved with someone, even though you explain to the person that you are married and you are in an open relationship and it is okay for you to date other people, that other person on the outside could possibly become attached to you, and that can cause problems in your marriage or in your relationship. See, when you do that, you you have to be careful not to tie yourself or tie your soul to that other person. And see, when you have an open relationship, it's mainly because the two people that are involved in the relationship, from what I see, the two people that are involved in a relationship need an open relationship because they have, how can I put it? They have an appetite to have more than one partner, but they don't necessarily want more than one partner at the same time, or they don't want more than one partner as far as them all living together. It's more of, they like variety. Um, they like spontaneity. They they do not want to engage in the same thing all the time with the same partner. So to make the relationship more comfortable for both of them, and it satisfied their sexual needs, they have an open relationship where they can have a variety of people that they can be intimate with, but yet still come home to their husband or to their wife. Now, it is a possibility when you have an open relationship that even your partner who agreed to you having an open relationship, you and your husband or you and your wife sat down and talked about it and agreed to have an open marriage. But there are times when even your partner can get jealous of the person that you are dating outside of the relationship, or the person that you meet outside of the relationship can become attached to you and want you to separate from your husband or your wife and come and be with them. So you're taking a risk when you, that's just my opinion, that you're taking a risk when you're in an open relationship, because these other dynamics, these other complicated situations can come into play. And how do you rectify that? How do you stop a person from having feelings? Um, my suggestion is, before you, if you meet someone that is married, are in an open marriage, and they are willing to date you as a single person, because you're a single person meeting a person in an open marriage, right? and this person is telling you that it's okay for them to date you and that it's not considered cheating because them and their partner have already agreed that you all can date. My advice to you as a single person who meets someone like this, if you want to have your fun and be intimate with this person, guard your feelings and try not to get emotionally and mentally and intimately attached to this person, and just understand that it's just a date. Whatever you guys do for however long you do what you do is just for that time, and you cannot take it on a serious level to consider that you want that person to be committed to you, because they did not come into the situation where they were able to be committed to you from the beginning. So you cannot say you're okay with what they're telling you and agree with what they're telling you. And then after you become intimate with this person now, you start to have feelings. That's not safe. There's another aspect, a health aspect to being in an open marriage or an open relationship. You must be careful of your health. You must be careful of sexually transmitted diseases. You must keep your body clean because you are now being intimate with more than just the partner that you are married to. And when you meet someone that's outside of the partner that you are married to, then that person is intimate with other people. And you don't have any commitments to them. They're single. So they're free to date whoever they choose to date. They're free to be intimate and sexual with whoever they choose. So you have to protect yourself and guard yourself so that whatever you do with that person or whatever that person do with you, both you and that person need to make sure that you are protecting yourself when you are being intimate, right? You also have situations where the open relationship get to a point where your partner might say, we're in an open relationship, we're seeing other people. Why not invite other people into the relationship for intimacy purposes, right? And so in an open relationship, that person say, okay, I'm okay with it. Well, the two of you invite this single person into your open relationship. You're intimate with them. You enjoy dating them. And then you might find out that you prefer intimacy with them than with your own partner, right? And that can also cause a conflict. Some open relationships, the couples decide that, okay, we're going to be in an open relationship, but you don't discuss with me what you're doing with who you're doing it with, and I don't discuss with you who I am doing it with and where I am. It's as if they set rules to where even though they're in an open relationship, they respect each other not to do it in each other's face. It's like the two of them know that they are doing it. They know that they are intimate with other people outside of their marriage, but they don't discuss it amongst each other. It's like an unspoken thing that they share, but the two of them are in agreement and they're okay with it. That's an open relationship. It's your choice if that's what you want to do. If that works for you and your partner and you're okay with it and your partner is okay with it and neither one of you seem to have a problem with that, who am I to judge? That's what you all choose for your marriage. Every relationship is different. Every marriage is different. Every relationship is set up according to the rules of the two people that are involved in that relationship. That relationship is not set up according to what society think it should be. That relationship is not set up according to what's written in some book as far as that should be the rule of what your relationship should be. You and that person decide, you get together, you have to live together, you have to deal with the consequences of whatever the outcome is. So you and that person sit down and make a decision on what type of relationship you want to have and what's okay with you and what isn't. What is respect as far as you're concerned and what is disrespect as far as yours is concerned. Everybody's relationship is different. It's an individual thing that those two people came together and chose to do. So we on the outside cannot make judgment as to how they should operate in their relationship. So if you see a couple and they have an open relationship and you see them with someone else besides their partner, that is not considered cheating, even though the partner don't see them being involved with each other. The partner was okay with them going outside of the relationship and dating other people. So some would say, mind your business and leave that relationship alone because they have an understanding, right? Monogamous relationships, hmm, I tend to see that people have more issues as far as not getting along in their relationships when it's how can I put it? I'm going to say this. Um, from my experience, from my personal experience, there are people who prefer variety and don't like to be intimate with the same person all the time. And they marry someone that is okay with just having one partner. They're happy and satisfied with just one partner, right? They have no intentions of violating the marriage or the relationship or going outside of the relationship. They want to be faithful to their partner, and that's that. When you marry someone, if you're the type of person that's faithful and one partner is okay for you and you don't need to have a variety, you don't need to every now and then step out and do something spontaneous with somebody, please don't marry someone that is highly sexually active and prefer multiple partners because that's not a good combination. That's like you're not compatible. And what I see is that people marry unequal, not compatible in that area, and they marry each other, and the one that wants to be faithful in the relationship is hoping and trying to change the other person into into being monogamous like them, and hoping that once they get into the marriage and they get in the bedroom and they show them all of their tricks in the bedroom, that this person is not going to get bored and they're not going to want a variety, or they're not going to want to step out and do something else. You're fooling yourself if this is how this person is. And a lot of times there's red flags from the beginning because the person most likely is letting you know in certain ways that they like a variety of different partners at times. They don't mind committing to you if you're okay with them having other partners. And some of us make a mistake and get in a monogamous relationship with somebody that tell you that I'll stick with you, I'll marry you, but I like variety. So in your mind now, you think, okay, when this person say they like variety and they like it spicy in the bedroom and they like spicy in the relationship as far as intimacy, you go now and decide to pull out all your tricks, and you even think if you bring someone into the bedroom with your partner, that is going to satisfy them and they're not going to have no desire to go outside the relationship because you're trying to satisfy all of their intimate sexual desires. And it doesn't work. And what happens is that person end up cheating or violating the relationship, going outside of this monogamous relationship, and now you feel disrespected and you feel violated and you feel like your whole world has just crumbled around you. When there were signs from the beginning that the monogamous relationship that you were seeking to have is not the same as what the person that you married wanted, right? There's a difference. If you are a person that like monogamous relationships, before you get married, when you meet that person, please sit down and have detailed conversation to find out if that person is in the mindset. If they have the mindset of a person that is okay with just having one partner and they're content with just being with that one person. Because if you're with a person that even in the dating phase, if you and that person is out on a date and you see that person's eyes is always wondering and always straying and watching other people, you're a woman and you're having dinner with this person, you're on a date, and this is supposed to be your fiance, and you're getting ready to be in a monogamous relationship, but you're sitting having dinner and you notice that your fiance, his eyes is always wondering at every woman that comes by. You know? He's not even focused on you and what's going on with you. If you oversee him on his phone, and most of the time he's looking at P, should I say the word porn? Yes. If he's always doing those things and all his eyes is always straying, or he'll make certain comments about other women and their body parts, even in front of you, and you still go ahead and marry this person, and you want a monogamous relationship with them, most likely this person is not a monogamous person. So those red flags should have told you that in the beginning, and you shouldn't have married that person, right? That person is better suited. If this person is going to get married to you, it's better that you and this person have an open marriage versus a monogamous marriage, because this person is not interested in just having one partner. We have to learn how to choose wisely, and when we are more compatible with our partner, then certain things that happen in relationships to cause the relationship to fail wouldn't happen so easily. Sometimes it's the choices that we make. And yes, there was a time when it was all tradition. Some of us grow up in Christian and religious tradition where marriage is supposed to be monogamous, right? If that's the case, find you a person that grew up in the same religious way that have the same religious beliefs and want to be monogamous as much as you do. Because if you go outside of that and choose someone that don't come from that belief, don't believe in Christianity, don't believe in um um oh, my sinuses is draining. Oh, but I'm here. I'm here and I'm still doing my life. But yeah, if you choose a person that wasn't into religion or Christianity and didn't believe in monogamous marriage and relationships like that, you can't expect them, you can't marry them and expect them now to convert to what you grew up believing and how you want to have your marriage. Sit down with your partner and have discussions. You have to discuss everything before you get married. Don't leave any what they say, don't leave any tables unturned, or I don't know how they say that, but dot all your I's and cross all your T's and make sure you know who you're getting married to. Because you might find yourself in a marriage where you thought you wanted a monogamous relationship and you find that you don't want to lose that person. So you switch from monogamous relationship to an open relationship to accommodate your partner, and you become open because you don't want to lose that person. You don't want to lose your marriage. So if you're a monogamous person from the beginning, choose wisely. This is 2023. The way relationships used to be many, many years ago, 1944, when my mother was born, relationships aren't that way anymore. There's all different aspects of what a relationship is now compared to what it was. You have relationships where men are polygamist, um, mutabaruka, cutting edge, mutabaruka did a video on how he thinks that men are polygamous by nature. I don't know how true that is, but there are relationships where there's a man living in the house with two and three, four women, and all of these women are his wives. They all have children for him. They all take turns spending time with him. All of these women live together with their children and with this one man as one family, and they're happy and okay with it. There's all different types of relationships out here. There's all types of religious beliefs about how a relationship should go. In the Rastafarian culture, a man says that that's his wife, that's his queen, that's his princess, but they don't believe in the traditional going to the church and doing vows and getting married and having a marriage certificate. Some Rastas don't believe in that. They believe once they take a woman and say that she is his wife and he has children with her and he lives with her, he's faithful to her, he respects her. That's his wife according to how, that's his belief that that's his wife, and he doesn't have to go before any courts or go to a church and do any I do's and until death do us part, for rich or for poor, in sickness and in health and all of that stuff. Some Rastas don't believe in that. So every culture and every religion is different according to how relationships go. You have to choose which one is best for you that you choose. And make sure that your partner is on board and they're okay with that, because you could possibly be a monogamous person and you want a monogamous relationship, and the partner that you are in love with would prefer an open relationship. And when they get in the marriage and start behaving like they're in an open relationship, and you're behaving like you're in a monogamous relationship, you're unequally yoked, you're not compatible, and that causes conflict in the marriage, in the relationship, because you're not compatible. Lessons learned. We have to learn how to make wiser choices. Find out who the person is, who the person really is, and what their desires and goals are before you decide that this is a person you want to make a commitment to. We can't blame other people for the outcome when this person was showing us signs from the beginning, right? We have to start taking responsibility for our own actions. This is called relationship issues. This is about relationships, monogamy versus an open relationship. And I was discussing the difference between the two, the different aspects of monogamy versus open relationship. And then you have polygamy, which is a whole nother type of relationship, which I didn't go into too deep. But polygamy is another type of relationship where the partner, usually it's a man and he has more than one wife, and they all live together. They all bear his children, and they all live together as a family and take turns with the family's responsibilities and with spending time with that man. So that's polygamy. Some women are okay with that. Some women are okay with being in a marriage, an open marriage, where their husband see other people and they see other people, but they respect each other and they don't do it in each other's face. But they agreed to do it and they know each other do it and they're okay with it and they have a happy relationship. The ones that I see that are having the most difficulty in their relationship is the monogamous relationships, where everybody is constantly trying to control one, trying to control the other person. I'm monogamous and I'm see my partner is starting to behave like they want to be in an open relationship, and I feel like they're violating me, like they're cheating on me, and I have to make them change. I want them to change. I want them to only want me. I want them to only be interested in me, when they have been showing you from the beginning that they're not that type of person that's just interested in one person. They have to have variety. And you're miserable in your relationship because you don't want to look bad in front of your family and your friends and everyone after you bragged about this man so much and you had such a big wedding, right? So even though your husband is going out on you and cheating on you and you feel violated and disrespected, you have to hold it and deal with it and compromise, because you failed to pay attention to the red flags in the beginning. Well, I think it's time for me to come off this live now. I just wanted to take the time out to discuss the difference between a monogamous relationship and an open relationship. For those of you who did not have that understanding, choose wisely. Choose my advice to you. Marie's message 41 Marie's message 411 TV. My advice to you, try and choose wisely when you choose a partner, and make sure that you both have an understanding going into that relationship, that you and that person are compatible. Until next time, be good to yourself and be good to others. Bye.